Have you ever gone through a phase where nothing is clearly wrong, but nothing feels right either? There are phases where everything looks fine, but inside it doesn't feel fine. You're showing up every day, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, and yet internally there is friction. Some days you feel clear, like okay, I've got this, I'll figure this out. Other days you feel completely lost. One day it feels like everything is in control. The next day it feels like it's slipping away. One day you're motivated, ready to take on everything. The next day you're overthinking the smallest decisions. It almost feels like you're being pulled in two different directions. Now just pause here for a second. That feeling, that phase is not random. There's a pattern to it. In many ways, that's exactly what Samudra Manthan's story from Vishnu Puran is pointing to. Before we go deeper into this, I'm Dr. Meghna Dikshit, and I work with high-performing individuals who look successful on the outside but internally feel this exact friction. On this channel, we break down your mind, your patterns, and help you understand what is really happening inside you. Now let's go back to the story of Samudra Manthan. It doesn't begin with churning, it begins with loss. Samudra is ocean, Manthan is churning. There was a time when Devas had everything, power, stability, control, and then slowly they began to lose it. Indra, their king, made one unconscious decision. He disrespected a sage, Durvas, not intentionally, but out of lack of awareness. In his arrogance and complacency. Sometimes in life, it is not intention that is wrong, it's the lack of awareness. And that was enough. If you really think about it, in life it is rarely one big mistake that changes everything. It's always small moments. Moments where you are not fully present. Moments where you stop valuing what you already have. And then, without realizing it, things start slipping. Just like they sometimes do in your life. Your clarity fades, your energy drops, your confidence weakens. And at the same time, something else begins to rise, the Asuras. Now this is where the story becomes very real and very interesting. Because the Devas and Asuras are not outside of you, they are within you. There's a part of you that wants discipline, growth, clarity. And there is another part of you that wants comfort, ease, immediate relief. Sometimes you need to work, but your mind just wants to rest and escape. Both are real and both are pulling you apart. And you are the space where all of this is happening. You're the ocean. So when the Devas feel powerless, they go to Vishnu and ask him to fix things. And his response is simple, not easy. He says, you will have to churn the ocean. And let's be honest, this is something we don't like hearing because we want life to fix itself. We want magic to happen. But life doesn't work that way. Life asks you to participate. You're the co-creator of your life today and in future. So these Devas and Asuras go to the ocean, the Kshir Sagar. Now don't imagine some mythological ocean of milk. Think of your own subconscious mind. Everything you have avoided, everything you have suppressed, everything you don't want to deal with, all of it gets stored here. And all good stuff, all treasures of your life, all your powers and strength also get stored here. And now you decide, I want to change. I want more, I cannot stay like this. That decision is your mountain. That desire to change, transform is your mountain. And your energy, your effort, your consistency is your rope. And then the churning begins. Back and forth, back and forth. One day you feel like you're moving forward. The next day you feel like you're questioning everything again. And then it feels like maybe I'm going in the wrong direction. And then something begins to surface. Poison, halahal. And this is where most people misunderstand their life. Because when this phase comes, when your thoughts get louder, when anxiety increases, when everything feels heavy, you assume something is going wrong. Something is wrong with you. But what if that is not true? What if this is simply the process? When you start working on yourself, when you start churning your system, both poison and nectar will come out. Not because something is breaking, but because something is being revealed. In the story, the poison is so powerful that halahal, no one can handle it. And then Shiva steps in. Shiva is the master of Tantra. Tantra is your nervous system in Sanskrit. So he does not destroy the poison, he does not run away from it, or he does not spew it out. He holds it in his throat. He's aware that if he drinks it, he's going to destroy himself. If he throws it out, he's going to destroy the world. So he holds it. And this is the biggest shift. Growth is not about removing discomfort immediately. It is about building your nervous system capacity to hold it and to stay with it while the churning is on. Because if you cannot hold discomfort, you will escape it. You will distract yourself. You will go back to what feels familiar. But if you stay, the churning continues and slowly something begins to change. In this story, treasures start emerging. Power, desire, speed, money, all of it starts coming along with health. In life, this shows up as progress. When you are able to hold your resistance, you're able to hold that poison correctly, you're able to build your tangible material results in life. Things begin to make sense again slowly. Your energy starts returning. Decisions feel clearer. Opportunities begin to open up and show up. Your manifestations come to reality. But just when things start settling, another phase appears. Comfort, distraction, complacency. And this is where people stop. Life becomes just good enough and the churning slows down. I see a lot of people in their midlife have done a lot of hard work on themselves and they reached a certain level. And after that, they start getting complacent about their past successes. They start talking about, I've done enough, I've worked really hard, I'm now tired and exhausted. I'm old now. I hear this so often. And the churning slows down. And over time, you build a life that looks stable but doesn't feel alive. You know what I'm saying. And then you start saying, maybe this is how just life is. But it is not. This is simply where the churning has paused. Because if you continue, something deeper is going to emerge. Not perfection, not a problem-free life, but clarity, alignment, and that fulfillment that you're seeking for a very long time. You're going to open up that bliss body, that Anandamaya Kosha that your body resides in. A sense that you're living consciously in this beautiful universe. And even then, your patterns may not vanish, but now you see them so clearly that before they are coming to you, you stop them because you're so aware and so conscious. You respond to them differently, and that changes everything. So if you are in a phase right now where things feel messy, uncertain, unpredictable, or uncomfortable, don't rush to fix it. Wait and ask yourself, am I really stuck or am I in the middle of churning? Because maybe you're not falling apart. Your life is churning. And now the choice is yours. Will you stop or will you continue? If this video stayed with you, pause for a moment and think what part of this felt like your life right now. And if this gave you a new way of looking at what you are going through, you can let me know by liking this video. And if you want more content like this, where we break down your inner patterns using deeper frameworks, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.